In today's Plot in 2, we're going to tell you the summary of the movie Captain America: Civil War. Enjoy! There's a secret group that has been from the ancient times called Hydra. Hydra worships Hive, the first inhuman species that was created by an alien species called Kree, as they were conducting medical experiments on human bodies in order to make bioorganic weapons. Hydra was also a secretive religious cult that worked for the resurrection of the Hive. During the days of the Second World War, Johann Schmidt, a worshipper of Hydra, gets support from Hitler and is appointed as the head of Nazi's secret science department. Schmidt changes the name of the department to Hydra and declares that humans can't control themselves and stability and peace can only be obtained when freedom is taken away and control and domination rule. Under this philosophy, Hydra turns into a military group that worships Johann Schmidt's ideas. Later, Schmidt gets a perfect body and superpower through super soldier serum that was invented by Dr. Abraham Erskine, a central scientist of Hydra. However, due to the side effects, skin on his face comes off and he is transformed into a horrible skeleton, earning the nickname of Red Skull. On the one hand, Dr. Erskine realizes the super soldier serum that he invented changes not only human bodies but also his mind, turning bad people into their worst and the good people into their best. After realizing this, Dr. Erskine escapes Hydra and flees to the US. In the US military, he conducts experiments to make the next super soldier who can fight against the Red Skull. The object of the experiment was Steve Rogers, and from him, Captain America was born. In the movie Captain America: The First Avenger, released back in 2011, Red Skull obtains Tesseract, a foreign material hidden in Norway. Red Skull dreams he would drive out the Nazis and dominate the world by making powerful weapons with it. However, Captain America and his group Howling Commandos destroy Hydra's weapon production facilities, and when Red Skull disappears during his last fight against Captain America by mistakenly touching the Tesseract, Hydra collapses. Unfortunately, Captain America loses his longtime friend and one of the members of the Howling Commandos, Bucky Barnes. During the process of following Red Skull's bomber Valkyrie, he himself is forced to hibernate for 75 years, locked in ice in Greenland. Now the time is 2011 and Captain America awakes from his long sleep. He starts working at SHIELD, a US military intelligence group under the World Security Council. With Nick Fury, the director of SHIELD, Captain America forms the Avengers and fights against an alien troop that invades New York. This is the main storyline of the movie, The Avengers, which was released in 2012. In the 2014 movie Captain America: The Winter Soldier, it is revealed that Bucky Barnes, who was thought to be dead, is transformed into a super soldier by the remaining people of Hydra. He is brainwashed and has become the Winter Soldier, being forcibly awakened from the frozen state by the Hydra whenever they need, conducting assassinations and terrorist attacks for Hydra. In fact, the central people who were once in Hydra had taken seats in SHIELD due to Operation Paperclip, where the German scientists were forced to move to the US after the fall of the Nazis to prevent Germany's advanced science technology flowing into the Soviet Union. In the process, Dr. Arnim Zola, who was in charge of science technology in Hydra, and his colleagues were incorporated into the SHIELD as the central members in its early establishment. Fast forward 70 years, at present, even the Secretary General of the World Security Council, which has authority over the SHIELD, is a former member of Hydra named Alexander Pierce. Then, through Project Insight, Hydra plans to execute a plan to kill all the potential and the present people who pose a threat to Hydra. However, Nick Fury, Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon sense the danger, kills Pierce, and destroys helicarriers that have become assassination weapons. Due to their effort, Project Insight is nullified, and SHIELD, which had been dominated by Hydra, also collapses. In the process, Bucky Barnes is freed from the brainwashing of Hydra and starts regaining his old memories. In the movie Captain America: Civil War, released in 2016, governments around the world are unsettled by losing control over the Avengers after the disbandment of the SHIELD. In turn, on the grounds that the activities of the Avengers members are increasing the number of civilian victims, the countries declare that the Avengers team will become a UN agency and will be supervised and watched over by the UN and establish the so-called Sokovia Accords, a law to control the Avengers. The movie is about the conflicts of the Avengers team members on the Accords. Iron Man Tony Stark, who has unintentionally destroyed an entire nation through the monster Ultron that he had made in the 2015 movie The Avengers: Age of Ultron, strongly agrees to the Sokovia Accords, trying to correct his faults in the past. However, Captain America, who has fought against the beliefs of Hydra that humans can't control themselves for all his life, actively goes against the Sokovia Accords, arguing, depending on the control of the outside is just giving up your responsibility. During the conflicts within the Avengers, Bucky Barnes, who had been hiding himself, is pointed out as the offender who carried out the terrorist attack on UN headquarters. Due to this incident, a very serious armed conflict between the two parties within the Avengers, one supporting the Iron Man and the other headed by Captain America, occurs. Although lots of leading role characters appear in the movie, each and every one of them are depicted very attractively, with the movie striking a balance between action and story. Captain America: Civil War, a very well-made movie, which is like the textbook of blockbusters, was released on May 6, 2016.